Dan, great to have you with us. Was the calendar full already? Are we going to expect to see a lot put their plans on hold and then all of a sudden the floodgates open again at the end of the shutdown?
I think that's probably what happens. You've got probably about a dozen companies that are on file, to go public at some point. The two that are most interesting to me, there's one called Alliance, which is a laundry equipment company, and then there's University of Phoenix, the kind of the secondary education company. They're both interesting because they both chose to launch their road shows earlier this week, knowing full well there was probably going to be a government shutdown. And I assume the bet there for both of them is it's going to be short-lived.
Right. And Fermi did manage to go public, and that's sort of an energy company with a well-known backer, Rick Perry, right?
Yeah, it went public last night. It and Neptune both basically got in just under the wire. I can't speak for Fermi. I know Neptune kind of got a little lucky. This was always their schedule to price Tuesday night, begin trading on Wednesday. But in both cases, the writing was on the wall. And what you really needed was you needed that effectiveness statement by last night, by midnight before the SEC went home for an indefinite period of time.
Dan, I was trying to game out exactly when a logjam might really build if the shutdown goes on for a while. Presumably, these companies need to sort of update their financials through the third quarter and then have that get clearance and maybe get on the road again and up. I mean, what's the process by which we have to worry about stuff getting really stalled out?
I think we need to wait a few days, maybe a couple weeks, right? Because there's no particular reason for most companies why they need to go public in Q4 as opposed to Q1. So long as they've got all their internal stuff ready to go and their bankers, et cetera, they could obviously wait a couple months. January or February are fine months to go public historically. So I think this is really going to be companies waiting, watching. Is this one of these shutdowns? And we've had a bunch of them the last 24, 48 hours. Well, then nothing changes, right? They move ahead with their plans. But if this goes a week, maybe 2 weeks, I think that's the moment where most companies will think, you know what? There's no reason to rush. There's no reason to sit here every day reading the paper, waiting to see when the shutdown ends. Let's just kick the can into the new year.
Well, I'm wondering, Dan, I don't know if you know this specifically, but if the SEC is not accepting documents for an IPO, I mean, are they also accepting company filings? Because in a couple of weeks, we're running into earnings season, and that could push this IPO pipeline even back further if they have to prioritize reviewing certain documents first.
They are accepting. So if you're already a publicly traded company, your quarterlies or whatever, they're accepting all of those. Where it comes in is anything that they need to approve or to make effective. So that means any IPOs, any follow-on equity offerings, basically any new shares getting introduced into the market. But if you're just reporting your quarterly earnings, those are going to go into the system just fine.